Well, happy 20 double XT1. We finally made it, and after all the stupid shit that we've gone through, we're still going through it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So, welcome to the first ever State of the Gamer Union address of 2021. As you may have noticed, people on my channel, I have been burning the mid-IO to stem to stern since, say, November of last year. And I've been working on a lot of projects since then. So much so that I'm still working on them, but in a sense that they're finished, they're uploaded, and all is a matter of just waiting to be seen on YouTube. Such projects are still going on in the background. One in which mostly what I'm doing is just finishing them up, and if not so, put them on Project Catch-Up. For those who don't know what Project Catch-Up is, it's just me doing the following, which is play up to the point of where I stopped on my Let's Play. And either I can go to roots with it. Either it can be a Let's Play from there, or the replay, as I'm going to call it. And the only one I pretty much have finished so far in that category is Yakuza 0. Because of the PS4 version, there was a point in which you could not record because of spoilers. Not because of the music, but it's because you got to the point in which you cannot really record it at any point. So therefore, what I did was I spent all last week playing up to the part that I basically lost. Or rather, what I did the entire time was start the whole Let's Play over. Since I had the Steam version, it plays just as good as the PS4 version. It's just not as shiny, but that's okay. So I actually finished Yakuza 0. And now what I've started on just last night was Yakuza Kiwami, which is basically the extreme version of Yakuza 1. So technically I started on that, as well as I've been playing a whole mess of PS2 games up to this point because I was at one point playing, The Punisher and lost data on it. I think the original part of it was on my old rig. It was so terrible that basically, as much as I could soldier through it, I basically just said, no, I can't do this. So what I did previously, and this is within under a week, was basically play up to the point in which I stopped in the Let's Play. Namely, where I am right now in the Punisher for PS2 is the Fisk building, which is where the Let's Play stopped. It stopped at the Fisk building, and I realized how far I am to the end. That's about like 5 or 6 missions, which I will also do in my backlog. I had to replay The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction, and where I am in that is Fire Cell. Now, what was so funny last night, or the night before, was I couldn't get to run my PS2 emulator, and I thought something was going on. I thought I lost all my saves and everything else, and I was about to scream. I am not lying. I was almost going to scream if after everything that I've put my time and effort into, never just boot it up, we don't have words. Of course, again, I think it was just the emulator just being updated in some way. So it might be that. As far as where I am on the channel is concerned, most of my content is up to, say, April. So I'm pretty much trying to finish through the start of January. Sorry, the start of January. I already have something up for February. I just haven't fully moved on into February yet because I still have time to do January. Since it's the 2nd of January, I figure I might as well just take my time and just share what's been going on. On the house front, we are getting things moved out because of the changes that are going on. Things are going to change over to where hopefully things will be evened out and be better because, like I said, the PC is one of these things that have changed. I went through a rig into something smaller, compact, and something easier to pull, which is something like this. Oh man, one moment. I got something on my mind that I need to get cleared out first. Excuse me. It took me a moment to think about what I wanted to say after that. But as I mentioned before, throughout the house, we are getting things changed. And it's a good change because, it's going to be a lot lighter, a lot easier on me because I've been through a lot, as you pretty much can tell. And at this point, I want to make a significant change in my life. And for what it's worth, it's going to happen. What I've been doing all this time, it is going to pay off and it is going to happen. Now, one thing I need to point out is I'm still doing voice-over work. I'm actually putting in the time to do these auditions. But it's still voice-over work regardless. I'm not tripping over the words like I usually be doing in my spare time when I'm doing the auditions. I mean, it usually takes me like a few good reads, and then after that, once I get it, it just hits me. One good solid take. And usually I go from there. Another thing that I plan on doing this year, as far as voice acting, is going back into writing. Because part of me just said, you know what, why don't you check on, see if you could do something about your writing. So I checked through my email, saw something through LinkedIn, and went from there. And hopefully, whatever old work that can be passed through, the only thing I could do is just say, hey, I tried. Because as much as I do mind the fact that I'm taking it a lot easier than I did last year, I just got to help out where I can, when I can. On the home front, anyway. So it's going to be tough. I've already been told that it's going to be tough. It's not so much a change that is, that bugs me or worries me. It's what I'm doing in my spare time now that sort of puts everything that I'm doing a bit of reflection, you know. So there is that. Another thing I want to point out as far as the channel goes is that I also opened an Instagram account. And so what I'm going to be doing on that Instagram account, which is instagram.com/tenkaichi79. That's me. What I'm going to be doing on that page is basically put up 0 parts. Basically, anything that is going up on YouTube on my channel is also going up on Instagram, which is in turn going up on Facebook. And in turn, putting it up through Twitter. Sharing it through Twitter because I've been told, hey, just go through my other social media links. I'm not going to be doing anything crazy. It's just, oh, like, this is what's coming up on the channel. Just like this. So it's not so much a problem for me to say, oh, this is what I'm doing. This is what's coming up on the channel. Now, I do have something I will be doing up in March. And to go with what I already have posted as far as March goes, because that's the one I've been really, really, really putting in time and effort into, because March into April are usually the most busiest months. Whereas compared to, say, summer, it is going to be like my busiest season right there through March to all the way into summer. And so I want to have a lot of content ready for when the time comes for me to post them. And since now I post extra early, like say, I post right after I'm done with the projects. So starting next week, we have 3 new Let's Plays. Or rather, 2 new Let's Plays and 1 replay into finale. And those 3 titles are Yakuza, The Replay, Dragon Quest Heroes, and Light Fairy Tale Episode 1. That is going to be going on next week. Following that will be Yakuza Kiwami following Yakuza 0. Into February, I'll be doing River City Girls, One-chan Bara Zetto Chaos, or Z2 Chaos. And I might consider doing a 3rd one, which will be Rumble Roses, which will also be labeled as The Replay. Rumble Roses will be done like really, really quick, just like I did View Will Joe. Just be like maybe a couple of sessions. Like say I might do 3, 4 videos in a session, starting from say 10 p.m. to maybe 3 a.m. in the morning. Usually a session with me would last about at least a good 4 hours. All things considered. Because I usually stop around, like, say, either 2 o'clock in the morning or 3. Borderline 4 would be my stopping point. If not that, if under any other circumstance, I might go into, like, say maybe 7 o'clock. And I would do the most silliest thing, which would be after I'm done with the parts, I just upload them for, say, we have something for May or April, May, June, July, August, September, and whatever. But that is my new format, though. That is something I'm basically going to do, which is something I've seen Ryu do. He put up his content just like boom, 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 boom. And I figure I used to do that when I first started on YouTube. I used to put up content like 7 parts in one day. Because that's before, it got advanced to where you just schedule to put it up days ahead in advance. So what I used to do when I first started, I'm doing this game. Bam, 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 bam. 7 to about 10 parts. Put them up a day, different times, and just like boom, 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 boom. So let's just say I'm just bringing that back. Now, as far as fan translation goes, I've been keeping watch on a couple that I will be doing. Some in which my comrades in arms have been keeping tabs on certain games. Some in which, I see on CD Romance, which is where I usually get my English patch versions of certain games. And in the backlog of my downloads, I have gathered quite a few, like Dekaiju Monogatari, Super Robot Tyson X, which will most likely follow Masu Kenshin when I get back to it. As long as I have the save file, as well as the emulator, I'm good. I could just basically pick up on that. Boom, there we go. And just keep posting right there. So, I also have on hand for March, Geppy X for the PS1, and Zone of the Enders for PS1 as well. No, wait a minute. No, PS2. I'm sorry. Yes, Zone of the Enders for PS2. So I'll be having three Sony games up. One for PSP, one for PS1, and one for PS2. So sort of keeping it all in the family. Like I said, I've been working on Super Robot Tyson A, which I found out means another or advance. If you're playing PSP, it'd be called Super Robot Tyson Another. That's what the A would stand for, another. If you're playing it on Game Boy Advance, it'd be called Advance. And the full title is called Super Robot Tyson A Portable. So, just so you know. And the version I'll be playing is the PSP game translated version, cheats enabled. Because there's only one cheat I'm using, and that's basically money. That's it. just so I can update. That's just so I can upgrade all my units fast and on the go and send them out. And if they get upgrades, hey, that's a bonus for me. So, aside from that, like I said, I finished on Light Fairy Tale, and it ended on a cliffhanger. So, technically, I would have to wait for episode 2 to come out on Steam for me to continue the Let's Play. Otherwise, episode 1 is done, and I will most likely finish Light Fairy Tale when it goes into episode 2, and I'll just go from there. I just won't go into 1. I'll just go into episode Light Fairy Tale episode 2, number 9. It just goes right into there because it's still a series, still an ongoing series. So no need to really worry about that. I also did manage to look at something else. Something I'm pretty much feel like I need to bring back, and I haven't done because, you know, I have these games sitting in my emulators, and I need to play them. One such game, which I saw a review of last year, and it was a retro review of Utopia 1 and 2. Basically, Utopia is the Hudson Soft version of Zelda, just with a lot more movement, weapons, and everything else. But still plays like Zelda, even though it's not really Zelda. But it's not bad for a Zelda clone. Another game I have for backlog is Mashinhiro Wataru Gaiden for the Famicom. And that too plays like Zelda, but more like Zelda 2 if operated in a mech. I don't know when I'm going to do that, but it will be soon. I do have the walkthrough printed out next to me. It's going to take some time for me to actually just get through what I'm doing right now, and I'll eventually get to it in time. Now, mind you, I'm just going through what I'm going to be doing for the first 4 months of this year. I'm not going any further than that. If anything, it's just basically what I'm going to do for this quarter, and if I can push it, I can push it. Not a problem. Now we get to my month. We get to my month, which is April. And usually in April, I usually treat myself to something nice. Something decent. Fingers crossed when that happens. So, in April, and I wrote this down on the channel, posted on my channel rather. I said I was going to do Star Ocean First Departure on the PSP. Now I know they have that. Now I know they have the remake for PS4, but I figured, you know, I might as well just do Star Ocean over, along with a couple of games I wanted to do over. So they would sort of be like Lost Let's Plays per se. Lost Let's Plays to me, but not to you. Because truth be told, I did play the game before. I played the Super Famicom version of Star Ocean. But I never did post it because viruses hit my old rig and I lost the footage. It's the same thing that happened with Xenogears. I lost all my save data, footage, and everything else due to viruses. Same with Arc 2, which is going to be a pain in the ass because I got to play through Arc 1 again. And then I had to play up to where I was in Arc 2. That's going to take a while. For that, I am fairly certain. But since I have the time to do it now, I feel I can pull it off. Because between doing voiceover work and just finding an interest, renewing one of my interests in what I used to do before I was a Let's Player. One of the things I used to do before I got into Let's Plays were writing. So I did quite a bit of writing, whether it was a short story or poetry, or even before that, playwrights. I used to do quite a bit of that when I was younger. So me now, I say, well, you know what? Since I'm sort of working in a way that I want to make something for myself, and at the same time, I don't want to let my mind just go, I don't want it to turn to mush after all this time just because, I don't have to worry, blah, 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 blah. I can sit on my laurels. And no, I like to stay busy. In some way, what I do on here keeps me busy. It keeps me from worrying. It keeps me from thinking about what's going on out there. I know what's going on out there. Stupidity. That's what's going on out there. That's the reason why I don't watch the news. Or listen to whatever is going on in the White House or anything like that. Hell, I've already had one heart attack in my life, and I don't need any more in my life. I've been through so much hell early in my life. I don't need to go through it again into my transition of my second stage of life. I mean, right now, I want to take it easy. I want to make it easy for myself. And whatever I plan to do, I want to make it easy for myself. I want to work smarter and not harder. I want to give myself more 50-50 with the smarter, harder thing. More on the smart side and less on the hard side. So aside from that, one of my people from my free company that I'm in on 14 said this, and I'm going to quote her for this. 2020 has been banned from the chat. You're damn right. 2020 has been banned from the chat. Thanks, Chief. That's all I can say. Thanks, Chief. Yeah, she's a sweetie. She is a sweetie. So, on the PS4 front, I have nearly finished Sakura Wars. And I gotta say, it has been enjoyable from start to finish. And the only thing I'm going to do after I'm done with Sakura Wars is finish up Tales of Vesperia and Ys 8. And then once I'm done with Ys 8, I pretty much see myself going into Fazanadu. Yes, Fazanadu. Now, I only have, say, 2 games in that series, which is Fazanadu, which is short for Famicom. The Famicom version of Xanadu. So, therefore, Fazanadu. And then there's Xanadu next. Now, I don't have Tokyo Xanadu, so I mean, I watched a bit of it on 40 Warriors channel, and it looked pretty good. It looks interesting. I might consider getting it for myself. Most likely on Steam, because, like I said, I now have a proper computer in which I can do more than I did on my last computer, which is a great feeling. It's always a great feeling knowing that what you couldn't do on one rig, you can do on a better rig. And this is indeed a better rig. That also means I will be doing more streaming. And I usually stream on a Wednesday. And if anything comes up or I just don't feel like doing it, you'll be notified. But usually I like to try to stream at least a little more than just one day. Like I said, maybe Sunday, maybe Monday, I'm not sure. But I'm going to try to stream twice a week. So, if I don't stream besides Wednesday, it'll either be a Sunday or a Monday. Because I'm keeping in mind that there are certain days that everybody else has to stream. So, I'm not going to do Tuesday or Thursday or Saturday. So my only other options besides Wednesday are Sunday or Monday. Most likely I'm saying Monday. So therefore, I'm going to try to stream on either YouTube or Twitch. I'm just going to see how I can work out doing both my PS4 and here, my PC. Now, I might do a test stream later. I am not entirely certain, because I did do a bit of changing thanks to Al from the guys. To which I want to see if how well it's going to be going as, say, a stress test of sorts. So I want to see if it's going to go with smooth soak on here. Because I don't have to worry about the PS4. The only thing I would have to do for PS4 is mainly just get digital games for streaming purposes. I can't do it with this because it's just not going to work. I've tried. It just won't work. But I do have quite a bit of games I would like to get pushing on the PS4. Like Ni no Kuni 1 Remastered and Ni no Kuni 2 Classic. Aside from that, I don't have to really worry about Yakuza because I have 3, 4... Oh hell, I just only have 3, 4, and 5 in the collection. Which, I don't know why it's not on Steam, but, you know, it is what it is, maybe in a year or so. I don't know why 6 isn't on Steam, because I wouldn't mind if I did Song of Life. I only have that on disc. So I might consider my options after what I'm going to do as far as Yakuza is concerned. Or as it really is called, Yuga Gotoku. Kind of wish Lost Paradise was on Steam as well, because I owe you guys an ending. I mean, I know it's Fist of North Star, but, you know, I owe you guys an ending. I heard that or a whole fucking replay. Because that was fun. That really was fun. Aside from that, well, gee, I was also gifted over the holidays, Shenmue 1 and 2 and 3. I got the whole trilogy on Steam. So, I'm going to try my damnedest to do Shenmue 1 and 2. But probably not 1 and 2, but Shenmue 1 first. Shenmue 2, both will be labeled under the Tenkai project. So, therefore, all the Shenmue games will be under the Tenkai project. So until whenever I beat it, I'm gonna go in between, this, I'm not going, stick into Shenmue 1 and 2, and do them back to back. No, I just like do disc 1, take a break, then come back to it, do disc 2, take another break, and disc 3, and finish that. Then after that, Shenmue 2, I'm not going to just jump into it right after I'm done with Shenmue. No, it's just going to be Shenmue 1. And then after that, break in between that. I don't know, maybe I might do another Tales game because, Tales has been around for about 20, 30 years, I think. Same with Super Robot Tyson, actually. I just learned about Super Robot Tyson has hit 13. So therefore, if everything goes well, and I don't get hit with, copyright strikes, hey, we can move on. I'm still gonna move on, though. I mean, one copyright strike will not stop me. I just don't want to get hit with another falsified claim of a copyright strike just because, oh, you have this one song in there. Yeah, I have that one song in there, so what's the fucking point? Anyway. Anyway, aside from that, I'm glad we survived the hell that was 20 double X, and now we gotta deal with what's going to happen for 20 double XT1. So, whenever that is. Whenever that is, we're going to get through it together. Mark my words. As I said, mark my words. We're going to get through this. In the most craziest way possible. So, if you don't know who I am the Tenkaichi of gaming. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my world. So, that'll do it for this State of the Gamer Union address. For those who are new to the channel, welcome. To those who are still around, welcome back. So with that, I wish you guys a very happy new year, a very prosperous and safe one. Don't fall into the hype of the media. Don't let it piss you off. Don't let it steal your joy for whatever reason. We're all going to make it. It's just going to take some time, that's all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.